Good evening. This is CTV News for Thursday, August 30th. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Patricia Villone. Thank you for joining us this evening. A 28-year-old man who threatened to shoot a former co-worker at Pitney Bowes will now be monitored by a GPS tracking system. Neil Prescott returned to court today for a status hearing. He had been ordered to live with his parents and not leave the house except for medical and legal appointments. Back in July, he was taken into custody after police found more than 20 firearms and thousands of rounds of ammunition in his Crofton apartment. State's Attorney Angela Also-Brooks gives her opinion on today's hearing.
So we feel confident that his case is being appropriately handled under the jurisdiction of our mental health court, where we believe it belongs. We are also really happy to announce that we feel that his GPS monitoring will give the community the measure of comfort they need in knowing that he will be monitored and that they can feel safe.
Prescott will be back in court for another hearing on September 11th.
An Anne Arundel County home builder has been ordered to pay penalties of more than $837,000 after failing to complete 2 homes. Anton Knott did not register with the Attorney General's home builder unit, according to the Consumer Protection Division. In addition, he failed to complete homes in Charles and Prince George's counties and did not return the money the customers had already paid. Knott has been barred from acting as a home builder until he registers as required.
A settlement with some of the nation's biggest banks was announced earlier this year, but homeowners in Prince George's County have yet to receive their share of the money. The institutions include Citibank, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Ally GMAC. An investigation into their lending practices revealed foreclosure paperwork that was fraudulently handled. Maryland is expected to receive $1 billion of the $25 billion payout. Prince George's and Baltimore City, the jurisdictions hardest hit by the foreclosure crisis, will each receive $10 million. We asked the county's director of housing why it's taking so long for homeowners to get the relief they've been waiting for.
There were different parts to it. If you recall, there was money that went directly to assist homeowners. That money has been there and the banks have been working with them, and that was the bank's responsibility. The money from the Attorney General's office came a little slower, and then they also had to work through the procedural kinds of things. So it took a little longer than I expected, but I'm glad we're there.
Okay, and in terms of Prince George's, when are we actually going to see the money here, or when could we? Is this something next year? Or?
No, I would anticipate before the year is out.
And the deal with 49 states, federal agencies, including the U.S. Department of Justice and the Department of Housing and Urban Development, it's billed as the largest federal state settlement ever obtained. Well, the county executive responds today to yesterday's federal leasing space decision with disappointment. The Treasury Department and General Services Administration announced they are moving 450 positions from Hyattsville to Parkersburg, West Virginia. In a statement, Rushern Baker says that Prince George's is home to 25% of the region's federal workforce, taking up only 3.7% of federally leased space. He goes on to say, quote, Prince George's County has been consistently ignored by the federal government when looking for opportunities for office space. The federal government should work more collaboratively with the county to address the widening disparity in leasing policies that have negatively impacted it. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Villone.
And I'm Rochelle Metzger.